Part 2 of the winter holiday event has been announced, and we are going to be getting some really cool stuff with this event. I'm going to be talking about all the details that you need to know regarding this event in this video. Let's get right into it. Alright, what's happening everyone? Jinsula here with a brand new Pokemon Go video. I hope your day is going really well, and let's get right into it. So earlier this week, I talked about the Holiday Part 1 event, which is going to be happening really soon in Pokemon Go, but I did mention that there's probably going to be a really nice follow-up with probably a lot of the same bonuses and some of the same Pokemon, but with a few key additions, and it looks like that is going to be the case. We're going to be seeing some costume Pokemon, which are incredibly popular, but we're also going to be seeing the introduction of a brand new Pokemon. And I really do think overall this event is looking to be pretty good, and for anyone who wants to have a really solid holiday experience within Pokemon Go, that's definitely going to be delivered. So let's go over the details for this event, and then afterwards I'll share some more thoughts regarding this event. The Winter Holiday Part 2 event is going to kick off on December 24th at 10 o'clock a.m. local time, which is actually exactly when Part 1 is going to end, and then it's going to go on until December 29th at 8 o'clock p.m. local time. Now, the featured Pokemon for this event include Eevee wearing a holiday hat, along with Dedenne wearing holiday attire, as well as Raleigh Collie. And both of these costume Pokemon, Eevee and Dedenne, are going to have an increased shiny chance during this event, and Raleigh Collie is actually a brand new Pokemon making its debut. Now, let's talk about the event bonuses, because this is all stuff you do want to pay attention to. Catching Pokemon in the wild may award different items. This includes Charge TMs and Fast TMs, along with Silver Pineapple Berries, Golden Raspberries, and Rare Candy, which is absolutely insane. You'll also have an increased chance to encounter Shiny Stantler wearing a holiday outfit, as well as Shiny Dedenne wearing holiday attire. Now, continuing on from the part 1 of the holiday event, the Go Pass for the winter holiday is going to have various bonuses that are going to be unlocked with each tier. At tier 1, you're going to have double the amount of experience from sending gifts, and if you have the deluxe version, you're going to get double the amount of Stardust whenever you open gifts. And then if you reach tier 2, you're going to have additional items that will be given to you whenever you open gifts, and with the deluxe version, you're going to have a half egg hatch distance bonus. And then finally, when you reach tier 3, you're going to get 50% more experience from winning raid battles, and then double the amount of experience from catching Pokemon if you have the deluxe version. And there's also going to be field research tasks during this event, which is going to give you Stardust along with encounters with event-themed Pokemon. I'm really hoping that some of the costume Pokemon are going to be included as research task rewards, because that would be really cool. Alright, and next up, let's talk about the brand new Pokemon that's going to be making its debut, and this is of course Raleigh Collie. You can evolve Raleigh Collie into Carkle for 25 candy, and then you could evolve Carkle into Colossal with 100 candy. This is a very standard 2-stage evolution Pokemon, and I'm wondering if any of these Pokemon are going to be any good for either PvP or PvE. So definitely pay attention to that. I do think this is going to be a very interesting Pokemon specifically for this event. And then, in terms of how you could get Raleigh Collie as well as Raleigh Collie candies, let's talk about the wild encounters during part 2. First, you'll be able to encounter Galarian Darumaka, Bergmite, as well as Total, and then as an uncommon spawn, you're going to see the costume Dedenne with a boosted shiny rate, that's pretty cool, and then as well as Raleigh Collie. Now, of course, they did mention that the shiny rate is going to be increased for Dedenne, but I do think it's not going to be anything close to something you would see for, like, let's say a community day. So definitely keep that in mind. Don't be disappointed, definitely temper your expectations. It's probably going to be a shiny rate of like 1 in 64 or something similar, and it's not necessarily going to be something that will be guaranteed during this event. And also, Dedenne is going to be a bit of an uncommon spawn. And then let's talk about what's going to be spawning in raid battles. First off, in 1-star raids, you're going to encounter Alolan Sandshrew, Galarian Darumaka, as well as the new Pokemon Roly-Coly. And of course, 1-star raids could net you a shiny version of either Alolan Sandshrew or Galarian Darumaka. If you're looking for a high IV shiny of either of those Pokemon, then 1-star raids is where you will likely get them. And then when it comes to 3-star raids, we're going to see Galarian Mr. Mime, Sudowoodo wearing a holiday attire, which is from part 1, and then Chargebug wearing holiday attire, which is also from part 1 of this year's holiday event. And then hatching in 7-kilometer eggs, we are going to see Pichu wearing a festive hat, Smoochum, Cubchoo wearing a holiday ribbon, Cryogonal, as well as Snow. Alright, and finally, let's talk about the winter weekend, which is going to be starting on December 27th at 10 o'clock a.m., and then it's going to go until December 28th at 8 o'clock p.m. local time. You're going to be seeing the following event bonuses during this weekend. There's going to be no limit to how many Go points you can earn every single day, so this will be your chance to complete the Winter Holiday Go Pass. Bonus daily quests for your Go Pass Winter Holiday is also going to be unlocked, and then you're going to have an increased chance to encounter shiny Eevee wearing a holiday hat from timed research. And then speaking of the timed research, these are the rewards that they're going to give you. You're going to get experience, Stardust, and then of course encounters with Eevee wearing a holiday hat. So the first thing I want to highlight is, of course, that winter holiday weekend that we're going to be getting. I think it's a really interesting touch, mainly because it's a big focus on the Go Pass. They're really trying to push this Go Pass for the holiday event. I do think it's going to be kind of like a monetization model moving forward, where they're going to have various Go Passes aside from the monthly Go Pass, specifically tied to various events. And for this winter weekend, I think it's going to be quite interesting because I'm sure a lot of players are not necessarily going to be free, but I still think it's going to be worth playing, because if you were to complete the Winter Holiday Go Pass, you could pick up some nice rewards and you'll unlock those bonuses, which are actually pretty good. And then of course, with the Winter Holiday Part 2 event, we do have some nice bonuses tied to the Go Pass. So yeah, I think it's going to be a really good time. And on top of all this, we of course have some costume Pokemon from previous holidays that are going to be coming. And then of course, we have the new costume Pokemon from Part 1. So I think this is all looking to be pretty good. It's definitely going to be a pretty decent holiday event, and we'll just have to see how it ends up planning out, because if this ends up being very successful, we might start seeing this where there's going to be multiple Go Passes every month, and those Go Passes are going to be tied to various events, and I do foresee that happening. So yeah, that's pretty much all I really have to say regarding this Part 2 event. Again, if you want information regarding Part 1, it's up on my YouTube channel, but I think Part 2 is going to be a really good follow-up. That's just my personal opinion. But that's going to be it for this video. Definitely share your thoughts regarding everything that I talked about down below. Is there something in particular with this Part 2 event that you are looking forward to? What are your thoughts regarding the new Pokemon? Definitely share those thoughts in the comments, and let's have a great discussion. And thank you so much for making it all the way to the end of this video. I really hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe if it's your first time here, and don't forget that notification bell so you know exactly when I upload videos. Real quick, let me give a shout out to every single one of my patrons on Patreon. You make this channel content possible. If you want to support the Content Slow channel, the best way you could do that is going to be by joining my Patreon. And if you decide to become a paid Patreon member, I'm going to add you to my Pokemon Go friends list. And that means for stuff like remote raids, the friendship system, opening and sending gifts, the weekly challenges, all that good stuff. If you want to play Pokemon Go with me, make sure you go and check out my Patreon. I'll put a link to it in the description below. And if you want to support my channel in a completely different way, the best way you could do that is by following me on social media. My handle is @Jinsula. I'm on the following platforms you see right now on the bottom of your screen. Make sure you go there and give me a follow, and you'll have access to some exclusive content that I'm only putting up on my social media pages, and you'll be able to keep up with my daily life. With all that said, oh, actually, before I end this video, let me mention that I actually have an Etsy store, and I want to give it a quick plug. If you want to get yourself a really cool gift for yourself or for a loved one, you can go and check out my Etsy store. I make a lot of really cool custom merch specifically around K-pop, and yeah, it's all designed by me, and I do have a pretty good distributor. So if that is something that interests you, if you want to get yourself a really cool gift for the upcoming holiday season, make sure you go and check out my Etsy store. I'll put a link to it in the description below. And that's going to be it for this video. I'm Jinsula. Be safe, have fun, love yourself today, and I'll catch you in the next one.